welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily Jones. I'm a former paparazzi consultant and I'm talking really, really fast. Okay, the reason I'm doing that is because I started recording this video, messed up, had to delete it and start over. Because one, I'm raw, I'm real. I don't know how to edit videos, so I don't, and I'm not paying someone to do it for me because I'm not big enough. So, the other thing is I don't have the time to learn, and nor do I care to. I'd rather be real authentic with you guys 100%. So yeah, I'm going to admit that I started recording this, messed up, and now I have to watch 10 more minutes of something that's already driven me crazy, and I had to take a break from it when I was 3 minutes in during the last recording. So yeah, my mind is not in the right headspace to do this today. But I'm not blaming anybody but myself. So the song that I was playing at the beginning of this video is called Greedy. So I figured it's apropos. So what are we doing? I started batch recording yesterday. Mr. Taylor Kirby Pro on a live where he talks to people about the business. Okay. So, he posted something apparently to his Instagram story saying, send me your anonymous confessions. And someone wrote, you ruined my business. And his response is, laughing my ass off. You mean my consistency exposed your laziness? And then he goes, hashtag victim mentality. So, I'm just going to put the red flag up. And we are going to start listening to the BS that this man is spewing today. So, I am just going to react to the words coming out of his mouth. That is it. We are going to focus on the Steve Hassan's B.I.T.E model. That is it.
Can't hide. If you click on my stories, I will know. Right? So when I post that link, the only way you can see or click on that link is you have to be on my stories. And when you're on my stories, I'm going to show you this, right? So I'm exposing everything. Right here, right? I'm going to give you a quick lesson. This is called business. This is called 2023, 2024. This is what social media will show you if you understand how to run your social media, right? So I come here to my Instagram, right? So I come to my Instagram, right? Right, here's my Instagram. Ding, ding, ding. I click on my stories, right? Oh, look what's right here. Confessions. Look, as soon as I click on that, it's now doing that. So look, here's what's crazy. I can put my finger here and pause this, right? So when I hold this, it's there. So since I clicked on stories and it popped on that one, bam, my name and face just appeared on that history of that. This one, it's here. But guess what? Look, I'm going to show you something. So if you look up here, see that? Do you see that? Do you see how many things are on my story? If I don't click on this and go through it, do you know what's going to happen? It will show that I looked at that one, and I looked at this one, and I looked at that one, and I looked at that one, and I looked at this one. These, my name is not on that one yet, right? So if I bounce out and be like, whoa, I don't want to be part of that, I'm gone, right? Then guess what happens? Guess what happens? I'm off. 100% I'm off. And so then here's what's going to happen, right? So can I show you something that's going to happen? Is this. Ready? You ready for this?
Oh, we're riveted.
So down here, right here, this little button right here, it says activity. So I can click on this and I can see everyone who's looked. So if you look here, look, I'm going to zoom in. Look. So it tells you I had 69 here, 66 here, 65, 63, 64, right? 42, 32, 34, 27, right? You see that? 26, 26, 27, 26. Because each one is if someone stays on and watches this, or even scrolls in and taps on, oh, I want to see that one, or I want to see that one. It shows me who looked at it. I can see everyone who looked at that post, right? Everyone. You don't get a hide from me. So do you want to know what's interesting about that?
You know what's interesting about that? You don't get to hide from him. So he knows who's being a negative Nelly. He knows who he can report back to corporate. He knows who's being non-compliant. So, is this a threat? Is this to emotionally stall you into saying something that you truly feel? Is this for you to stifle your feelings? He asked for your confessions. Why? So he could put you into a trap? So he could use it against you later? So he could find your vulnerable place? I mean, really?
About that? Do you want to know what's interesting about that? Is this. So then when that person sends it to me, I can legit go to that very first post with the link, scroll through and say, it's one of you, right? It's one of you. Because you can't click on that link and send me a message if you're not one of those people. It's impossible! That's what's so fun about this game, right?
It's not a game.
The reality of social media and technology.
And the fact that he thinks that asking people for their confessions is a game tells you how royally effed up this is, okay? And I'm just going to, yeah, it's a little effed up. So I'm going to take the red flag down for a second. I'm going to put the B.I.T.E model up. So a lot of you have been asking me to point out again what the B.I.T.E model is. This is the B.I.T.E model, okay? Steve Hassan's B.I.T.E model. Behavior, information, and thought and emotional control. Right now, if he sees your post, are you special? Are you special because he can see your post? Are you special because he's responding to you even though it's through guilt manipulation and in telling you that you're an all or nothing kind of person and giving you the propaganda and insider outsider information? And what do I mean by that? Well, he's constantly dropping certain people's names in this live. Eric Worre is one of them. I'm not going to drop the other name. I'll let him do it. But it's like he's telling you stuff that Eric Worre would tell you in the Masterminds workshop, which I know he's a mastermind. He's admitted it in the last 2 videos. But he's also holding you to be obedient to the paparazzi policies and procedures. If you're not working your business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you're not working hard enough. Nobody cares, work harder. If you hate me, don't worry. I mean, he's wearing a t-shirt that says that. But this is the B.I.T.E model, and this is what I am focusing on in these videos from these elites. I am focusing on the methods used to control people by undue influence. Okay? B.I.T.E. Behavior, information, thought, and emotional control. That is what this whole thing is right now, is him doing behavior, information, thought, and emotional control. Hi, Ellie. How are you, puppy? So let's go back to this. I'm putting the red flag up because a lot of the stuff he says is red flag worthy. So here we go.
Apps and tracking and all that stuff, right? So you can't pop on my stories and not be caught. Shocker, right? So what's interesting is I can go to that link, scroll through, and see who's on it.
I hate that.
You get hide from me. So what's interesting is when I do that, so there's been times where I've posted it and someone responds. Guess what? I go and there's one person or there's 2 people. And I'm like, I know who you are. And so then there's been times where I've responded and been like, okay, you've already asked me that question, or you're a doofus and I think you're an idiot. Because I know who you are, right? I know who you are because you literally popped on as the...
Just honest question here. If you were watching this and you knew you were one of the people that commented on that post and he was calling you a doofus, would you want to continue to follow this person and interact with this person? Because if it was me, and I'm just speaking for me here, if it was me, I would not want to continue to interact with somebody who was so demoralizing. Okay? Calling somebody a doofus and telling them that, they're not working hard enough, that's kind of demoralizing. It's defeating and it's kind of rude. But, he's got quite the following and there's quite the cult following. People just love him. I don't know why. But, he's not my cup of tea. My husband is.
The very first person, and when I go to activity
and just by that fact, I'm probably not his cup of tea. So there's that.
Who's the people? There's 2 people, right? And you asked me this question. Guess what? I know you wanted 2 people. Right? So here's my thing. When you pop on people's stories and you click on a link that is only on their story and only accessible by their story, you're not hidden. You might be hidden amongst those 50 people or 65 people, but depending on when you post it and clicked on that, I can see, right? There might have been 3, there might have been 5, there might have been 10, there might have been 4,000. Then it's for me to look through and be like, interesting. So that person asked this question, I can scroll through that list and be like, oh, I can pretty much guess who that is, right? So here's what I'm going to tell you with that question. Here's the interesting thing with that question, right? Is the fact that I know who was on that post. I can look at it. And then I can go through and be like, that's my neighbor, that person I go to church with, that is my mother, that's my sister, that's my brother. You saw a trend on there, right? That's this person, that's that person, that's this person. Like they have not, like, I had nothing to do with their business. Process of elimination, I can pretty much guess who it is, right? It's amazing. So here's what I'm going to tell you.
It's amazing.
That's why I was like, I don't think I'm going to respond to this one because I know, right? I'm not going to respond because I know. But I look at it and I say this. Right?
Okay, he says he's not going to respond to that one because he knows who it is. But then, so you didn't respond in type format. Instead, you go live for 1 hour and 17 minutes to respond to that comment. Okay. That doesn't make any sense. But okay.
Right? Here's the thing that I want to address. And this is like a Boss Lee, moment here. And this is why, like, I was sitting here on my couch and then my daughter called and I had to run and drop the stuff off at her house. And I thought, no, it's late. And then maybe I'll just go live and I'll kind of talk about it while I sell. And I thought, no, I want to have a business conversation because I think there are so many of you who don't take the time to learn technology, to learn new things, to learn about apps, to learn about stuff, to learn about your footprint that you're leaving.
Most of the people who are star consultants in paparazzi work a full-time job. Most of the people who are in paparazzi work a 40-hour work week, and then they come home and they do this as their side hustle and put another 40 hours in, if not maybe 25. So when, outside of taking care of their family, taking care of going to work, taking care of all the other things that they have going on in their life, do they have time to learn things about social media? I mean, you guys are going and touring the country and offering training to learn how to build your brand, brand building business boot camp with a certain iconic, but yeah. The reason they don't have time to learn about social media is because they aren't making 6 figures like you are, Mr. Kirby, and they don't have the free time like you do, Mr. Kirby. What they do have going on in their life is life. They're busy people, and they may not have time to do all those things because they're busy people. I would really love it, and I'm just going to say this. I would really love it if you elites in paparazzi would step outside of your bubble for a minute and step inside somebody else's shoes. I know you were there at one point in your life. I know you were there. I know that you once upon a time were working a 9-to-5 job and struggling to make ends meet. Yeah, you were. Why can't you put yourself in those shoes yet again and have a little bit of empathy and show a little bit more compassion to the people who are struggling within the paparazzi structure right now? The thing is paparazzi is a structure that is doomed for failure. Unless you build a network and a team of 100 people plus, you are not going to make money in this company. If you're a director, wow, you get what, $127 for a month according to the income disclosure statement. And again, it's not an accurate income disclosure statement because you still have not had the 2022 income disclosure statement released. And you admitted in a live, a video that I recorded a couple days ago, you admitted that the checks have gone down from the 2020 year. You admitted that the incomes are down, that the teams are shrinking. So yeah, people are struggling. And the other thing is the anti-MLM movement really started to take off in 2021, especially against paparazzi because of the super spreader event that you guys held in Las Vegas called Celebrate. So yeah, paparazzi is struggling. The negative press, the lawsuits, the fact that people like you go live and demoralize and demean people, it doesn't help the business, it hurts it. And me pointing it out isn't not new. This is not new information. Savannah Marie has done videos on this. So I'm just diving in and just pointing out the B.I.T.E model and giving you my opinion on what you're saying. It's egregious and it's gross.
Right?
Wrong.
That I wanted to have a business conversation tonight. I'm not going to go live and sell. I sold earlier. I did wall drops. I did that stuff. If you want to shop my jewelry tonight, I went live. I posted albums. I posted stuff. I had those pieces that I showed earlier tonight. Go watch the live. Go watch that, right? Here's what we're going to do tonight. Tonight, we're going to do a training and education. One, your social media
training and education. Well, he just schooled half of his downline for not learning enough about social media. So is this where the training comes in?
The footprint is traceable. You might think it's not on some things, right? Helen, I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I'm just very passionate about it, right?
He's upset.
So here's my thing, right? You think you can be critical and attack someone and accuse someone. So you want to accuse me. This person accused me of ruining their business. One, you just gave me a lot more power than you should. The fact that this dude, can destroy your business by going live and being consistent says a lot about you.
Correction. All right, Taylor Kirby, please, for a moment, put yourself in somebody else's shoes, okay? There was a consultant that was within paparazzi who had a really great side business, crocheting and knitting. She crocheted hats, she crocheted headbands, she made cute little dolls. She had a lot of cute creative things. She was an artist with a hook and yarn. And she had a really good business doing that on the side. She was making good money and it was a passion project of hers. What happened? A paparazzi hun, she bought some jewelry from her. She liked the jewelry. She kept buying. A paparazzi consultant, who shall remain nameless, told her that she could make a lot more money selling paparazzi than she could doing her side hustle, making headbands and hats and cute little animals and blankets and afghans, something that she was passionate about and she loved doing. She was told that she would make a lot more money doing paparazzi jewelry and accessories. Fast forward 4 years later, she has lost over $90,000. She has inventory coming out of her ears because she was told she could turn it into a business. But then when she was posting her cute little creations that she made by hand to her personal page, she got reported to compliance because she also had posts about paparazzi on her personal page. And she got canceled. She lost a good portion of her customers that were buying her crocheted and knitted items because of the paparazzi business. So put yourself in her shoes for a moment. She was doing a really good side hustle. It was something that she loved doing. It was a passion for her. It brought out artistic expression. It was something that she could do to meditate after she came home from work. She could sit on the couch, watch TV, crochet, and knit. But then someone got her into paparazzi, and she put that aside. And she spent every night after work going live, selling jewelry, packaging jewelry, buying jewelry, sorting jewelry, organizing jewelry. She lost her ability to create things quickly and efficiently because she spent the last 4 years doing paparazzi. So yeah, paparazzi ruined her business. It may not have been her paparazzi business that was ruined. Have you ever thought about that? There are other people who signed up for paparazzi that owned a little boutique, but they couldn't sell paparazzi in their boutique with other items that they sold because it was a violation of compliance.
Friend, right? So you're going to say that me being live and me being consistent and me showing up year after year, day after day, after being attacked and spit upon and kicked.
Why don't you put yourself in her shoes and ask her what she means by that instead of going on the attack back? Because that is exactly what you're doing. And there's an epic pause, so I just have to show the epic pause. Ah! But anyway, it's like, why don't you ask her what she means by it instead of attacking back? And why don't you see if you can reach out to her and offer her some help or some solutions? Because this is obviously a cry for help. This is obviously someone reaching out and they don't know how else to do it. But instead of reaching out and showing compassion and empathy, you go live and you attack. That's what I don't get. You get upset because you're attacked and you're spit upon and blah, blah, blah. But what are you doing right now? Look in the fucking mirror, man.
And have stuff thrown at and being trashed and all this stuff. The fact that I still show up, that I destroyed your business, damn, I'm good. Whew.
Fuck you.
Right? Like you just gave me so much power into your life and your business that literally you said me showing up when I was attacked every freaking day and you were not. Let's make that point very clear.
How do you know she wasn't? Because you're attacking her right now. So, how do you know she wasn't attacked? Because you are doing the exact same thing that you are accusing others of doing to you. So, how do you know she wasn't attacked? How do you know she wasn't bullied? How do you know she wasn't told she was a weak failure or a loser or a hater? How do you know? Did you bother to ask? Did you? I doubt it. I really doubt it.
You maybe were attacked once. Once. And yet you want to say me being attacked every freaking day for like 3 years.
And once is enough in some cases. All right. I'm going to talk about self-respect for a second here. You know how many people are, and this is a trigger warning, so just be ready, you guys. This is a trigger warning. Self-respect. Sometimes you're depleted to the point where you don't have it for yourself anymore because you've been torn down so much that you don't know what it is. But if somebody attacks you once, shame on them. If they attack you twice, shame on you. If they attack you 3 times, you've developed a pattern of behavior. You've accepted it as your way. But some people, once is all it takes, and they don't have to take it anymore. Attack me once, shame on you, I'm out of here. And the person who made that post to Taylor Kirby, I'm just going to end this video here. He's attacking you right now. Shame on him. Get the F away. Just end it. There's no reason you need to stick around in paparazzi. You don't own your own business. What you are is a glorified customer of a company that took the easy way to sell their product to the masses. Instead of just having their website where they could sell their jewelry and ship it out because they have the logistics in place, instead they went the multi-level marketing route so they could sell more in a shorter period of time. Once paparazzi has your money, they don't care what you do with the jewelry. They have their money. They are the true seller. You're the consumer searching for real end users. But this is honestly the way every paparazzi consultant should do it. You should send your customers to the replicated website and tell them to buy the jewelry from there. Because it saves you time and money, and you can collect the commissions if you have enough customers going in there every month to buy the jewelry. As long as you sell your 50 PV or 100 PV every month through the replicated website, paparazzi owes you a check. And you don't have to load up on inventory and go live to sell it. You could just do wall drops and leave a link to your replicated website and tell people to go shop there. Why did Paparazzi bring out Paparazzi Premiere? Because they know a bunch of people have inventory. So, do yourself a favor. Get out while you can. That's all I'm going to say. Look at your situation honestly. Is this the kind of behavior and treatment you want from your elites? Because if I was in that position, I would be like, fuck no, I'm out. So with that, I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to leave a like, a comment, a share, subscribe, all the good things. And I want to thank my financial supporters. You guys are very much appreciated. Thank you so much for getting a senior cup of coffee with me every single day. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll continue on with this shit show tomorrow.